Hey Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly forecast for June 3rd through the 9th. Happy new moon, guys. Excellent time to manifest some new things. So you can definitely take advantage of the new moon that we're having this evening, the night that I'm recording this. Okay, so if you're looking for a love reading, I've got the love readings in the description of this video. You can click on the link. This is going to be focusing on money, career, family life, spirituality, and I'm going to be pulling a blessing for Sagittarius. This is a deck of blessings, okay? And there's like a little prayer in there for you guys. So we'll see what your blessing / prayer is for the week. Sagittarius, here's your Monday, Tuesday, your Wednesday, Thursday, and your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, my darlings. Your Monday, Tuesday is 9 of Swords. And you know what? This doesn't surprise me. And I'll tell you why. The new moon that we have coming up tonight is a new moon in Gemini. And Gemini is a sign that has to do with our thoughts, our thinking. Okay? And 9 of Swords is a card about thoughts and about thinking. So some of you maybe in general have had a lot of stressful thoughts lately, and as we're coming into this thought energy, right, this new moon is coming in, some of you, your thinking is being activated, but you have more of the negative thoughts that are coming up, and you're really stressed out right now. So what I want you to do, this is going to be a really amazing manifestation exercise for you guys, especially for those of you who've never ever done any kind of manifesting before. I won't take too long. This is going to be really super duper quick. I want you to write down a list, and even if you fall upon this video after the new moon has passed, you can still do this. But if you happen to catch it a couple of days around the new moon, excellent. But just go ahead and write down a list of all of the things that you're stressed about, like what's scaring you, what you're afraid of, what you feel is hopeless, what you feel is never going to change. Write out a list of those things. Take a moment and then write down on another piece of paper, a different piece of paper, the exact opposite of each thing you wrote down. Like if you wrote down, I'm very worried because I feel like my finances are never going to I'm worried that my finances are never going to improve. Then the opposite thing you can write is, I am filled with faith, confidently knowing that my finances are being blessed and strengthened and improved at this time. Or whatever wording feels natural to you. But write down the opposite positive thought, and do this for each thing on your list. Then take the list of the things where you want to let go of these things and say, here is the old thought pattern that I'm breaking up with, that I'm releasing. I will no longer tell myself blah 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 blah. Read them out loud. Throw up the rip up, excuse me. I hope you don't throw up. Rip up the paper, throw it through a shredder. Some people like to burn it, and I have done that in the past myself. But if you're burning anything, guys, I don't recommend that you do it unless you really 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 are in a fire safe environment. Like, I wouldn't do it inside the house because it's very easy for things to catch fire. If you're outside, if you're somewhere that has like a designated fire pit, or just somewhere where it's like there's a designated place to burn things, like if you're at a campground or a picnic ground that has like somewhere where you can burn things, or if you have a fireproof container of some kind. But again, even then, stay away from trees, stay away from anything flammable. I don't recommend that you burn it because it might not be safe unless you absolutely know what you're doing and you have taken fire safety precautions. But other than that, go ahead and you're going to break up with this old thought pattern. And then the new thing that you wrote down, read that to yourself every morning when you wake up and every night before you go to bed, from the full moon until from the new moon until the full moon. So just keep doing it until we come to the full moon, which I think might be the 17th. I'm not sure. I have to double check. But go ahead and do that for the next few weeks, and you will begin to see changes. I promise you, you will begin to see improvements. It might not solve everything in a 2-week period of time, but as you're readjusting that record in your head, you're going to see the flow opening up. You will see some improvements. Your Wednesday, Thursday here is Five of Pentacles. You guys are very worried about money. You're very worried about money, some of you. Or you're feeling very worried that the path that you're going on, that people are not going to support you. People are not going to be feeling happy about what you're doing in your life. And it's interesting because I did Libra's reading right before yours, and they didn't get these cards. They didn't get any of these cards, but they had a very similar message from one of their cards where they were going in this direction and people weren't being supportive of them. Libra was more like, whatever, dude, I don't care, I'm gonna do this because I feel like I have to do this. You guys have a little bit more of a fear about it, like some of you are not there yet where you're like, okay, you know, support me or don't support me, it doesn't matter, I need to go in this direction. Like some of you are feeling sad, or some of you are feeling concerned that people are not going to have your back. You're going in this new direction and you're feeling like, well, what can I do? How can I go about this? How can I come into an energy where I'm going to be able to not feel lonely as I'm doing the things that make me happy? But that's the beautiful part of Five of Pentacles. That's a special meaning that this card has that sometimes people forget. One of the meanings of Five of Pentacles is that as you're just kind of out there in the cold, wandering through and finding your way, you meet significant soulmates, okay? You meet significant soul tribe kind of people who are going to be really true blue friends, or a true blue lover, somebody who's going to have your back and stand by your side in these times of transition. I always call this in the other readings. Some of you who watch the other readings, you may have heard me say this in the past. Five of Pentacles, for me, I call it the Jeff Bezos card. I think his name is Jeff Bezos, the guy that founded Amazon. Okay, like he's one of the richest people on this planet. And not that that is important. Like, I'm not giving value to somebody simply because they're rich. But he's, if you're looking at business and if you're looking at money, he's one of the most successful people on this planet. And he started his business. Amazon used to be him and his wife selling things out of their garage, right? And she stuck by him. She helped him. She was with him. And they grew that business and it became very, very big. It became very, very wealthy. It wasn't until they became very rich that they divorced. But they stuck by each other in that hard time. And they were friends. And my understanding is that they're still very good friends, even though they're not together anymore. That they're very good friends because they've been through so much that it made them closer. Maybe not good love partners, but, you know, they grew this business together and they stuck by each other. And it's one of those things. I mean, don't you think Jeff Bezos, sitting in his amazing luxury, once in a while, don't you think he looks and says, man, I can't believe this all started in my garage, just, you know, in my garage working and not knowing when the next pay was gonna come? Don't you think he ever thinks about that? I sure think he does. And Five of Pentacles for me is that kind of card. Like, you're gonna look back on that one day and say, man, those were some very interesting times. I'm happy I'm not there anymore, but you're still gonna have some good memories. You're still going to have some good memories, and there's going to be things that you look back and you smile about, or people that you're like, man, I'm so grateful I met this person, and I would never have met this person if I didn't go through that period of time. That's the kind of energy Five of Pentacles is. So even though you're not sure where you're going or where you're headed, or you're not sure how this thing is going to pan out for you, you are kind of going in this adventure. You're going in this adventure, and things are going to pan out, you know? Things are going to pan out for you. You just need to be open to receive. See how she has her hand out here, and she has like this bowl, and it's like, oh, well, she's a beggar, but she's open to receive. She's ready for the universe to help her, to guide her, to give to her miracles. You need to be open to your miracles, Sagittarius. Okay? It's not going to stay uncertain forever. Ooh, see? And here's a major arcana card. So those of you who know, who follow my readings, you know that for me, major arcana cards, I always say they come up when we're at a very significant crossroads in our life. This is like a really significant turning point in your life. This is like one of your destiny moments where this experience is happening for a reason, and it's leading you to a growth and a blessing. And so some of you might have a significant helper or soulmate or mentor that's coming in to help you through this time, who could potentially be a Leo or have Leo in their moon or in their rising. But overall, the overall energy of this card, Sagittarius, is that you are going to come out of this situation victorious. Not just doing okay, not just doing all right, like badass, successful, victorious. Okay, and it's going to be by using your judgment and by using your caution and using your skill. You don't have to be some, you know, cutthroat business person to do well in your life. Maybe some of you are feeling very stressed in that way, that, man, you know, the corporate world isn't working for me, or, you know, I don't have it to compete with other people to get ahead. You don't have to do those things to get ahead. Okay, you just sometimes have to go in a new direction. And I feel that's what Five of Pentacles is saying, Sagittarius. Some of you have already had the universe redirect you. You were trying really hard. You were holding on to a relationship or to a job that just wasn't working. And no matter how hard you tried, you got pulled away from it, or you got placed in something else. And this is happening because you're being directed to your life path, which is ultimately going to bring you the joy and the abundance that you're searching for, right? You don't have to be somebody else. You just have to figure out who you are. And the Strength card is letting you know that that's going to happen for you. You're going to figure out who you are. It's going to happen for you. For me, the Strength card is going out into the unknown and coming out victorious, right? It's also saying, like, you know, this lion is sitting beside her like it's a guard dog, or like it's her puppy or something, right? It seems to have a lot of love for her. It's very calm. It seems to like the fact that she's like against it and has her hand on it. He seems super comfortable, this lion. But if you or I were to go up to her, and if we were gonna like try to shake her hand or something, that lion's gonna bite our hand off. He's gonna like stay away from her, right? So the lion's probably not gonna react the same to us. Why is it reacting this way to her? Is it because she came in and beat up the lion and whipped it and screamed at it and scared it into submission? No. No, probably not, because that lion would have ripped her to shreds. It would have eaten her up. So we can assume that she was cautious. She kept her distance from the lion. She respected the lion. She respected its power. And maybe she would take it food or water, or if she saw it was sick, she took care of it. And over time, through that gentleness, she won this lion over. And now it protects her with this loyalty. Now it watches her and guards her and protects her with its life. So you're going to have this kind of loyalty coming into your life. Some of you are just, you're not so much worried about money. You just want to have loyalty. You want to have people that are going to have your back. This is going to happen. You are calling in your true blue people, your true blue friends, your success, and it's coming in because of all of the things about yourself that maybe before you thought were weaknesses. They're not weaknesses, my darlings. They're not weaknesses at all. Okay, let's go ahead and see what your blessing is for the week. And guys, check out your moon sign and rising sign videos as well. Some weeks those may resonate with you more. Some weeks those may give you a little bit more information. And as always, I thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. But we're going to end on a prayer for you, Sagittarius. We're going to end on a blessing for you. Okay. Okay. So this is a blessing to ease loneliness and bring companionship. I just got chills. I just got chills, Sagittarius. I love it when Spirit does this. Right? We were just saying how some of you, it's not even necessarily about the money. You just want more, that closeness, that loyalty. Like you're feeling like, man, why can't I catch a break? I'm a good person. Why doesn't anybody have my back? And so this is a blessing for you to ease that loneliness and to bring companionship, to call in and to manifest your loyal friends, like your true blue friends, your true blue tribe. Keep in mind, guys, this is a perfect time to do it in the new moon. Write down in description detailed the kind of friendships and relationships that you're wanting to manifest. And read it to yourself every morning and every night up until the full moon, okay? To help kind of rewire some of that energy and to manifest and to call this in for you. And you can also save this video and come back to it if you want. I'm going to read the prayer to you, the blessing. I'm going to read it over you guys right now, Sagittarius. And then if you want to also listen to the blessing, just fast forward to the blessing and listening to it every night before you go to sleep. And every morning when you wake up, you can do that as well, my dears. All right. And your blessing is... This is a blessing for when we find ourselves without those touchstones of our humanity, our friends and companions. So that's the description. Your blessing is, my dear. This blessing is for you when you feel alone. Let there be that call, that note, that memory that comes forth to remind you of your innate worthiness. Let there be that smile from a stranger or touch from a kind hand that lets you know your humanity is the same as theirs, and you have about your connections that can be rewoven. Let other gentle hands pick up and do the reweaving when you find yourself unable to perform the task. And let serendipity come to you, guiding you to chance meetings or places where music plays and people move, and the gathering is undemanding of you, yet surrounds you with the quality of inclusion. Let the loneliness begin to break like clouds slowly moving apart, and the great heaviness of isolation begin to be lightened by loving companions, humans and otherwise, until you return to a place where you know you have within your life those who care for you, and without your presence, their life seems less bright. Blessed be Sagittarius.